And the Brentford boss, Thomas Frank, spoke to talkSPORT following his side's 3-1 win over Liverpool last night. He said that was seriously impressed with his players' performance.
It was definitely an 8 out of 10 performance, maybe 9 out of 10. Yeah, these boys, I will not say they surprise me, but they keep impressing me massively. The way we now have done against a lot of the top 6 teams, is very, very impressive.
Yes, we can also speak to some very impressed Brentford fans, 03717 223344, or nervous Liverpool fans.
What are Liverpool fans got to be nervous of?
Well, I just think the decline of the club, right?
We're talking about decline, and they're only 4 points off fourth. Decline would be like where Arsenal were at the start of last year.
I think when we talk about decline for Liverpool, I think at the beginning of the season, you, me, and everyone was saying top 4 is about 2 places, third and fourth.
Yeah, 100%.
Liverpool and Man City. Liverpool aren't in it at the moment, and they look miles away.
Yeah,
that's the problem. That's the problem. Let's speak to some Liverpool fans. Craig's up first. Hello, Craig.
Hi there.
How are you? Happy New Year.
Same to yourselves, guys.
What would you like to say, Craig?
I'm a lifelong Liverpool fan, and I've been a Jurgen Klopp fan since he came to the club. But the one thing that's starting to really irritate on me is the fact of the excuses. It wasn't a foul on Konate, and neither were any of the other ones. It's just that's part and parcel of football. We bullied teams for 2 or 3 years. We got away with those kind of things. I just feel the midfield's either got Harvey Elliott, who's really young, Carvalho. They're all players that need to develop. Or we've got players at the end of their career whose legs have gone. We've got nothing in the middle that has got the engine that we need right now and right here. That's where the problem is, and that's why the defence gets exposed.
Do you know what? Listen, Craig, I agree. I think there's a real... I think the aim has to be for Liverpool Football Club now is to get some midfield players in, because you're right, you look at the top end of the pitch, I think you're fine, you've got more than enough. When Diaz comes back, you've got Nunez, Jota to come back. For me, you've got 6 or 7 bodies there, so I think you're okay. I think defensively as well, you are pretty solid, but I think Liverpool's problem is definitely that midfield area. They need legs, energy, people, because one thing about Liverpool, they used to start games about 100 miles an hour. Yeah. They'd get after you, get in your faces. You couldn't settle on the ball.
No, the counter-attack was frightening.
No, but all of a sudden, and I get it, I know Liverpool fans, again, don't really like hearing it, but when they sold Sadio Mane, that is a big, big loss, that. Massive.
I agree. Thanks for your call. Let's go to Ben, a Brentford fan. Hello, Ben.
Hi, lads. Happy New Year. How are we?
And to you too. You all right? You good, Ben?
Yeah, well, thanks. And you?
I'm very well, thank you for asking. You must be very happy today.
Yeah, I'm over the moon, to be honest. The season just keeps getting better and better and better. Having seen us, beat Arsenal last year, Chelsea last year, to then beating Man City and Liverpool this year, it's something I could never have dreamed of, having watched us at Dagenham and Redbridge and Rochdale only, 5 or 6 years ago. But the big thing for me is, can we do it? And this is going to sound ridiculous, but can we do it against Bournemouth? Can we repeat that sort of performance? Our next 3 are Bournemouth, Leeds and Southampton, and with respect, winning those games are the games that are going to keep us in this division, not the games against Liverpool, Chelsea and City.
Ben, talk to me now. You can't be looking at relegation. The way you guys are you lot are never going to go. I get what you're saying, but when you look at Brentford and the way that they can play, and I think there's a variety of things. They can hit you on the counter-attack as they did to Liverpool yesterday, or they can get the ball down and they can pass it. So I think a top 10 finish for Brentford this season would be unbelievable.
I agree with you. And I would not be surprised that in the next 3 to 4 years, we're talking about a top 8 finish. Because if you look at the recruitment that they've done over the last 2 to 3 years, and like you say, they don't just have a plan A anymore. When they're in the Championship, they had just a plan A. They used to beat teams by playing good football. Now they've got a plan A, a plan B, and plan C. And Thomas Frank deserves a huge, huge, huge amount of credit. I know you said before he hasn't had much managerial experience, but we play a different way every week. No other manager will know what Brentford are going to play, because against each team we set up slightly differently. Yeah. And that's really exciting. Exciting.
Ben, you said something quite interesting there when you said about 3-4 years, top 8, and I agree with you if you keep getting the recruitment right. But what happens though, it's like when these big clubs come and they Christian Eriksen, for example, was brilliant last season. Man United took him. Ivan Toney, I'm guessing at the end of this season, a lot of people are going to be looking at him, maybe even your manager. I mean, what happens then when people start cherry picking your best players or your manager?
Well, 2 things. Firstly, now Brentford are in the Premier League, we don't need to sell. Of course, when money talks. But we sold Watkins to Villa. We sold Benrahma to West Ham. We sold Maupay to Brighton, and we just reinvest the money. You know, there's links in the paper today about us signing a couple of other players to come in and bulk the squad. No doubt, no one's ever heard of them before, but we hope that they're superstars. If you look at our team, Rico Henry was a nobody. He's superb.
Brilliant.
Christian Norgard, nobody. Absolutely immense.
Yeah.
Ben Mee on a free, it's just incredible business. It really is.
Do you know what's funny as well, Ben, is that you sold Watkins, I think 30 million plus. I think Ivan Toney's better. Imagine how much he's going to go for.
Of course.
I agree. Although I do love Watkins. I got a bit of a soft spot for Watkins. I was gutted to see him go, but you are right. Tony is another level.
Ben, when did you last phone drive?
I haven't before.
Right, make sure you do again. I like the sound of your voice. You know what you're talking about.
Thank you very much,
Right.
lads.
Happy to and to you
Happy
too.
New
There you
Year.
go, Ben, the Brentford fan. Very happy Brentford fan.
Very intelligent caller.
Wasn't he? Something like us for driving it. Intelligent callers.
Do you know what? They're another one that, again, Brentford, they rely on their recruitment, but their recruitment's always decent.
You know what's nuts? They've only won 6 games this season, Brentford.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what will keep them up as well, their home support.
Yeah.
That was just immense last
Takes
night.
a top team to go down there and get all 3 points.
Yeah, it was great.